Hello, guys. Welcome to the show. This is your boy, Anthony Collins.
And your boy, Nate B.
And welcome back.
Yes, sir.
It's our third show.
Third show.
Third vlog. And what a better way to commemorate this occasion than talking about when I should put in my 2 weeks notice.
When?
When should I do it?
Or should you even put in a 2 weeks notice?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I'll tell you this much, though. If you want me to put in 2 weeks notice, don't expect me to show up. Don't expect me. Don't take me off the schedule. Here's a 2 weeks notice.
My 2 weeks notice. Just don't show up.
Hey, it's your fault. I'm leaving for a reason.
Yep.
I don't need to be around there anymore.
Yep.
I'm done. I'm good.
Yes, sir.
So before we start this conversation off, I want to thank you for listening, subscribing, liking, sharing. Everybody out there who's commented on our past videos, and also have been, keeping it up with the
Kardashians.
keeping up with the,
our vlog and our news and everything.
Everything. So I want to thank you. And if you don't mind doing it one more time for us. And here we go.
We appreciate it.
So to start this off, let's go ahead and say this. When should I put in a 2 week notice if the situation implies that I'm leaving this job because I don't like this job?
Right.
Not because, something happened and I have to, for some reason, stop coming to this job. Like I had to go back to the East Coast because, my elderly parent, is sick and I had to leave to go. I'm not talking about that. We're talking about, I'm done with this job. Mm-hmm. I've done too much for you already.
I don't want to do no more for you.
I don't want to do no more for you. So at what point do I put in those 2 weeks?
Immediately. Immediately. Let's be for real. Because if you keep staying there longer and you already know that you hate this job, something bad's going to happen if you keep staying there. Because let's be for real. Like, you're going to get pissed off at the boss or your coworkers for whatever reason you're already leaving for. You're going to get pissed off. And if that person does something to irritate you more, hell's going to break loose.
All hell's going to break loose.
All hell's going to break loose. Because you're going to either get mad or try to fight the dude.
So what's the situation? What is the situation and where you believe you need to put it in 2 weeks, though? Like, what is the situation? We're not talking about just up and quitting. We're talking about what do you think is a good situation that you put? Because, see, what I believe is this right here. Mm-hmm. If I'm leaving the job, I'm leaving the job. You don't need 2 weeks.
Right.
I don't care if you ask for them or not. If I'm leaving, I'm done.
Yeah.
If a lot of people. If I'm the mayor or the governor of a place and they ask for a resignation, I don't get the 2 weeks.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm about to get fired from this job,
you don't get 2 weeks.
Hey, you got 2 weeks before I fire you. They're not going to say that to me. They're going to fire you right on the spot.
Exactly, right? Which is ridiculous because a lot of bosses ask for you to have 2 weeks before you quit.
Exactly.
So they can find somebody to replace you.
Exactly. So what is the situation in which you believe they are due a 2 weeks notice? Like you owe it to them. When?
I don't even know because unless that boss has been like very good to you, he's done all that he can for you, and you just want to up and leave because you found something better. You're like, I get more pay at this job. But yes, this boss gave me a chance here, and I appreciate that chance, but it's time for me to move on.
Yeah.
That is probably a chance that you're like, okay, I need to put my 2 weeks in so that he can find something better for, not better, so he can find someone that can replace the spot so he won't be slacking in money coming in or something,
Yeah, I get that.
That's the only time I think.
Well, see, yeah, and I believe I can, I can agree with that right there because, see, that's the main thing for me. Is anytime that I've quit a job, it's not been, maybe except for once or twice, where it's been on my side. It's something that's come up. For instance, when we were in high school, I worked a job that needed me more than what I could give them time for. Mm-hmm. So I had to let them know. Well, my manager / owner of that restaurant that I worked at decided that, you know what, thank you for your time. We'll go ahead and take you off the schedule, but you gave me your 2 weeks.
Right.
If you're not going to be here 2 weeks from now, there's no reason to keep you on the schedule now. I mean, yeah, they have 2 weeks, but let's be honest. Most jobs ain't gonna put out a notification until you're gone after the 2 weeks.
You would think, because I mean, I put in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I put in 2 weeks before I had a job, and they said, "Okay, well, that's cool. Thank you. Why are you leaving?" I told them the reason, because I found something better. And they said, "Okay." Literally 3 days later, like, "Hey, well, can you just go ahead and leave? Cause we found a spot. You can go ahead and go to your other job." Like, dang.
And you know, also I guess
you know?
I guess too, because a 2 week notice is supposed to help you.
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to help you as well. You know, you're still getting a 2 weeks worth of pay just in between. But that only helps you like if you don't have a job lined up.
Right.
You know, sometimes it also gives another place that opportunity to prepare for you to come in, if that's necessary. But that's not most jobs. They need someone right away.
Mm-hmm.
So you might get some jobs like, "Oh, you're still working on your 2 weeks? Oh, you haven't put your 2 weeks in yet?"
Yeah. A lot of jobs like that.
Well, yeah.
We're going to give that position away.
Somebody else. We got somebody here that's been, you know, doing their own thing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So they're ready to come in today. I mean, I had a job where they, you know, I got hired. I went to the interview, got hired there at the interview.
Right.
And they're like, "Yeah, can you start tomorrow?" And it surprised me because I thought they were going to ask me to start today, and I was about to say, no, I'm good on that. Yeah, thank you for the job, but I don't need to be here today.
Right.
I was not prepared mentally.
That's how it be. That's really how it be. I had jobs like that too, where they were like, "Oh, can you come in?" I had a job that said, "Can you come in later on at that night, like a night shift?" I was like, "Well, I guess. I mean, I was planning on resting, but sure, you know, why not? Just go ahead and start getting this money now."
Yeah. Well, you know, and I again to get back to the main part, you know, the best time to give a 2 weeks notice is when you feel like that job is giving you what you've asked for and you've done what you needed to help that business, company, whatever it may be, and now it's time for you to move on. So this past job I had, I put in a resignation letter. I didn't put 2 weeks in.
Mm-hmm.
I gave them a resignation letter. They I did not expect them to call me. I gave them an email and said, you know, they already know my number, but I gave them an email. If they needed any more information, email me.
Right.
Because I don't have, you know, I was fed up with the job. So that resignation letter meant that I'm not coming back. I've resigned my position, and I've given my time back to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, once you give that resignation, I think there has to be two ways. If you need 2 weeks, ask for 2 weeks. I mean, give it 2 weeks notice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If the company is giving you what you needed, then give them what they need.
2 weeks notice, yeah.
But if a company's disrespect you, you know,
blatantly to your face,
and I think anybody can sympathize with that mentality. It's like if you're being harassed, anything that you dislike about this job, something, you know, you keep asking not to have these hours. You've worked there for 3 or 4 years. You're the most senior person there, and the new people are getting better hours than you are. You're getting too little or too much, and you're not getting paid the right way or whatever it may be. And you decide, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm not giving them any more of my time.
Yeah,
I've resigned. And I think that's where I go with that is if you're not going to give up 2 weeks notice, then you have to give in at least a resignation. I've resigned from this position.
Yep.
Because, I mean, for instance, if you live in one city or state and you commute, I mean, you might stay in a hotel or something like that. I'm not going to give you 2 weeks notice to say I'm moving back home. I'll say I've resigned and then I'm gone. I'm not going to keep working there trying to figure it out how I'm getting my stuff back home. I'm going to get my stuff. Those 2 weeks that I had to work could have been my 2 weeks I had to pack and move somewhere else too. So again, I think it's an understanding of the situation.
Yeah.
If they're doing you bad and they're treating you terrible, then at that point, I think that's when you say, you know what, resignate. And that's being nice. I mean, you could not say nothing, just not show up anymore.
That's when you get fired. I mean,
and then they might fire you or you just don't hear from them again.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known people who've just quit a job and they just don't talk to them. It's like, oh, well, you're not getting paid anymore from us anyways. We're going to guess. We're guessing that you resigned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their firing is resigned, because if they fire them, then, you know, some places they got to give them a reason why they fired you. Well, why they fired you? Well, you didn't show up to work. Okay, well, you know, more definition. You know, they got to get, did you do this? Did you do that?
Yeah.
You know, whatever the scenario. We know there's different scenarios.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in the military and you just don't show up, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have someone looking for you.
They definitely got someone looking for you.
Because you know, your time isn't yours anymore.
Yeah.
Even when you think it is, it isn't yours.
You signed your life away.
Again, we know different situations.
Yep.
I mean, different things. I mean, it goes with everything, even with school and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, going to the school that we went to, you know, they had certain rules that didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I know, trying to keep it within the 2 weeks notice thing. For instance, if you're a teacher at those types of schools and you don't agree with the rules or you don't do this, you can't just be like, oh, I'm quitting or whatever, because they're going to say, well, you got these kids and stuff. Again, I think it's fine, though. If you don't agree with certain things and, you know.
Well, find someone else to teach you.
You go find someone else. I don't need to give you 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm no longer doing those things. So, again, I know those types of situations are out there.
Yeah.
In many different ways. Because, I mean, and I talked about our schools specifically due to the fact that I know that we went to a private school, so
yeah,
basically we didn't have certain rules that other schools had, and we had ridiculous rules that, you know, mainstream schools that didn't have.
Exactly.
So, you know, that's the thing. I understand different situations call for different solutions.
Right.
So I guess that's really what I'm trying to say.
Okay. I got a question, though, for you. Should bosses give 2 weeks notice before they fire somebody? Let's be for real. You fire somebody on the spot for disrespecting you, or something happened, even though it was an accident or something, they get fired because it costs a lot of money to fix that accident or something, right? Should they give them 2 weeks notice and say, oh, well, you got to find somewhere else to work because you cost me too much money, or you're disrespectful?
Well, this is what I think. To wrap this up, what I think is, for that solution, if you want to give someone a 2 weeks notice to fire them, it really doesn't make sense. I mean, we both know, because the thing is you can give them a 2 week probation.
Yeah.
You say, hey, you know what? In these 2 weeks, if you can't fix this problem, I'm gonna go ahead and fire you.
Yeah.
You can give them a 2 weeks probation, but on top of that, there's certain times where you have to fire somebody because they're just knuckleheads.
Yeah.
You know, if you're an 18-wheeler driver, you're driving crazy over the road, and they got you on camera. I mean, you have to fire this person.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's a liability. So that's understandable, just firing them on the spot sometimes. But then you have other things where, you know, you might have a boss that's doing, you know, dirty stuff to you. Oh, this person's not doing this, lying about you, whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. But then that solution, I mean, most bosses that are doing that, they're trying to get you to quit in the first place.
Pretty much.
They want you to quit. They want you to feel bad about yourself, and a lot of people do feel bad about quitting, because quitting a job, for most people, is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
They feel like they've failed, for lack of better words. They feel like they haven't gotten to, you know, you don't plan on quitting a job. I mean, some people do, but most people who get a certain job ain't planning on quitting that job.
Yeah.
They plan on seeing it through, but then certain things happen and they end up quitting, and sometimes you have some bosses that are like that. So, like I said, to finish this up, should they give 2 weeks notice? No, but I think the 2 weeks probation, that could be something. I think some jobs might have it depending on what type of jobs they are. But, I mean, if you work at McDonald's, I mean, I can't see why they can't put you on a 2 week. All right, and if you've had like 2 or 3 probations on that job, then you obviously don't care.
Yeah,
it's time to be fired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can see that happening.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could see that working too. If they would do that, I think that's fair. And I think that's something that, you know, a lot of places do. Okay. So what I was going to say was, I think this week's safety brief is, you know,
Give it 2 weeks notice.
No, honestly, I forgot what it was going to be. I was going to say, and then you started back talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a question on my head.
Shut up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Damn, son. Damn, see how it is.
Those secret Bama fans for you.
The
Oh, wow.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. No, this week's safety brief pretty much is, do you.
Yeah.
I think that's good, right?
Yeah,
Do you. Because you're in a situation, if you got to quit. If you don't have to quit, don't quit. Simple as that.
Yeah.
If you feel that you've done enough and they've done enough for you, give it 2 weeks notice. If you want to work those days out. But if not, give a resignation. I think that's the most
logical choice.
Because, again, you can just quit and not say anything. Some places that'll work. Some places it won't.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think that's what it is. Do you. Do what you think's best. Stop relying on other people. That's one thing I did learn. Don't rely on other people to give you the best, solution sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes you just got to do you. So there you go.
Do you.
Do you. It's that simple. Sometimes it's that simple. 2 words. Do you. It's your boy Anthony Collins.
And your boy Nate B.
Thank you again. Listen, follow, share, like, subscribe. Spotify, Anchor FM,
Apple Podcasts,
YouTube,
all of it.
Instagram. Do it all. Thank you, guys.